Hello there, lovely people. It's Rebecca here. Welcome to my little corner of YouTube, and thanks for joining me today. On my channel, I love to talk about garment making and fabric, and sometimes patchwork and mending and things like that too. I really enjoy communicating and interacting with viewers, and I love it when you send me messages. Someone recently sent me a message saying, would I have a top 10 favorite patterns of all time? And at first I thought, no, not really. And then it just stayed with my mind, and I thought, yeah, it'll probably change over time. But I do have 10 patterns that I really like. I reach for these makes all the time, and I would recommend them to other people. So here we go. My top 10 patterns of all time at the moment in 2026. I have for you today 3 blouses, 2 pairs of trousers, 2 jumpsuits, and 3 dresses. I think that all adds up to 10. Okay, I'm going to start with blouses. If you have watched my channel before, you will recognize this blouse. It is the Finch top by Charlie Darwin Textiles. I really like this because I think it looks quite stylish, and yet is very, very roomy and easy to wear. It has loads of different variations. So it's a top that gathers just above the breast, which I like because then it hangs nicely. It's a dolman sleeve, which makes sewing really easy. There are options, however, for longer sleeves or extra bits of sleeves. There are options for different necklines and collars and things. So the 2 that I have made have the same collar, which is the stand collar with a frill and a little opening here to make life easier. This is in a navy medium weight linen, and my other one that I love is in a red and white gingham vintage cotton. So that is the Finch top by Charlie Darwin Textiles. My next pattern, if you look it up online on the website, I don't think it looks very inspiring, but I have found it a very, very useful pattern, and I will be making more. Let me tell you why I like it. This is the tie bow blouse by the Assembly Line. Number 1, it's got large pattern pieces. So if you want to use a statement kind of piece of fabric with a large pattern, this is great, which is what I wanted to do. I didn't want to break up this pattern. I like a high collar. You could also omit the collar. The pattern instructions were some of the best I've ever followed. I had not ever done a cuff before like this, like a shirt cuff with buttonholes and buttons, and the finish is just fantastic, and not once did I get lost and not know where I was at. It's fabulous. I will definitely remake this. Things that I would change, even though this is the lightweight material and I love that, I would definitely do heavier interfacing on the collar and on the tie. But I do love wearing this, and I really enjoyed making this pattern as well. My third blouse, at first I thought, no, that's not a favorite. And then I thought, I reach for these blouses all the time and they go with so many things. So it is one of my top 10 patterns, and that is the Marnie blouse by Tilly and the Buttons. I have 2 versions that I've made. This first version is in a fine poplin. It feels and hangs like linen. It has the short sleeve version, and I've chopped off the bottom quite a bit, not so that it's cropped, but it's just a lot shorter than the original pattern. And I've got the frill at the neck. I don't have the extra bits on the sleeve or the extra bits at the front, so it's quite plain really, but I feel like the fabric is busy enough. I do reach for this all the time. I really like it. It goes, I think it's partly the pattern and partly the fabric. So the fabric will go with jeans, but also smart trousers. It'll go with loads of colors I have in my wardrobe, including some orange pants that I'll show you in a minute. My other Marni blouse has the long sleeves, and it's made in a cotton linen gingham blend. I have not pressed anything to show you today. It's again got the high neck with the frill, and it's got the frill on the sleeve. Again, can be dressed down or dressed up, really comfortable, and I find myself reaching for it quite a lot. I have two pairs of trousers that I find myself reaching for and really love wearing. I have made a lot of trouser patterns, and I'm still on a journey to discover more trouser patterns that I love for myself. These are the two so far that are wins for me, and I have made more than once and will probably make again. So the first one is a recent make. This is the Quinn trouser by Merchant and Mills. It's quite different from what a lot of people are making at the moment because it is a fixed waist rather than elastic waist. It's got a wide leg. It does have welt pockets at the back, but I have not included them in either version. It does have a little band at the back that helps you cinch in a little bit. And it's got wonderful pockets and kind of like statement buttons. And I just really, really love the fit of these trousers. I think I've gone too light with both my fabrics. I would make them in a heavy denim next. The pattern instructions, not the best. The actual sewing experience was pretty average and a little bit frustrating at some points. However, in saying that, I do have two pairs of trousers that I really like and would consider remaking the pattern again, simply because I really, really like the shape. I think they're fun in the fabric that I've made them in, and I think they're quite stylish and they suit my kind of style. I quite like a boxy style that's also a little bit practical, a little bit stylish. So these ones are made in a blood orange color, and they are a kind of a medium weight cotton twill, a peach twill, so they're really soft on the outside. They feel lovely. And my original pair, which I have not worn because they're a little bit too thin, was made in an old curtain. They're very funky, but a little bit too see-through. So that's the Quinn trousers by Merchant and Mills. My second pair of trousers was the first pair of trousers I successfully made and wore for myself, and these are the Birch Grove pants by Mooner and Broad. I've made 3 pairs, I believe, but I'll just show you these ones today. I think this was my original pair as well, and they're still my favorite. So they're just made in a 7-berry Japanese cotton. And I love that they're black, but a little bit more interesting, and they go with loads of things. I did make a matching top, which I wear sometimes. I don't love it. So these have an elastic waist, which makes them very comfortable, and they're a slightly tapered pant, mostly straight, a little bit tapered. And what I really love about it is the ease of making it, and these pockets, I love them. They're wonderful. They're just deep enough to be very useful and to fit your whole hand, but not so big that they feel odd on the trousers. So the Birch Grove pant by Moona and Broad is definitely a favorite of mine. I've made 3. I will probably make more and maybe fiddle around with different types of fabrics. I am a lover of jumpsuits, and I have 2 jumpsuits here that I really like. I've made this first one 3 times. The second one I'm going to show you, I've only made once, but I've cut out 2 more and they're ready to be made up. So this first one, I've seen in the sewing community, lots of people don't like this at all. Perhaps the proportions on my body are just really different. Or perhaps I don't mind struggling a little bit with getting a jumpsuit on and off. I do have to say, I rarely take a toilet break at work, so that's not really an issue for me. It's definitely possible, but it would be a little bit of an effort. I think if you go down the jumpsuit route, you just accept that that's going to happen. Going to the toilet is going to be a little bit tricky. So this is the Valley Jumpsuit by Peppermint Magazine. And it's a very simple jumpsuit to make. The pattern pieces are extremely odd looking. You'll really question yourself if you make it, but it does come together wonderfully and quite quickly for a jumpsuit. So it's really high-waisted. I love that. It's wide-legged and just a very simple dolman sleeve again to make sewing easy, and very simple little button placket. And on this particular version, I've played around a little bit with the white or the cream on the brown, and I've put in just some ribbon and bias tape in a few different places, and on the leg as well. I really enjoyed wearing this summer, and I'm sure I'll wear it again when spring rolls around eventually. So that's the Valley Jumpsuit by Peppermint Magazine, and here's another version of it that I love. It's not for the faint-hearted because it's extremely bold. It's, I haven't done it the buttons. It's in this African wax print. And I loved wearing this during summer. The more I washed this, the softer it got, and it's just so comfortable. I really love a garment that's one and done. Chuck it on, feel really put together, big bold pair of earrings, cool pair of shoes, and I'm ready to go with a statement piece like this. My second jumpsuit is the Avenir jumpsuit. This is again a high-waisted pair of a high-waisted jumpsuit with an elasticated waist. This is easier to get into. It does have pockets, this one. The Valley jumpsuit only has patch pockets, and I've not put those on because I thought it mucked up the look. The Avenir jumpsuit, however, does have pockets, which are very helpful for me. It's again wide-legged, but the fit is a little bit different. The top is quite different because it's elasticated. It does have separate pieces for the sleeves, and you can either go short-sleeved or long-sleeved. And the elasticated top means you can have it quite wide or pull it tighter and have it come further up your neck, and it also makes it a lot easier to get on and off. The elastic at the waist and at the neck means toileting and dressing is not much of a hassle at all. It's quite simple. So this one I'm showing you was made in a doona cover I got from an op shop, and it was a toile, and I've worn it loads since because I love it. I've got 2 more cut out ready to go. I actually cut them out so long ago I've forgotten the fabric I did it in. The Avenir jumpsuit by Friday Pattern Company. The last category I have for you is dresses, and I have 3 dresses to share with you. The first dress is in the wash because I've recently worn it. I have another one of these cut out ready to go. I love this dress. It's probably the most comfortable dress I own. And because I'm not in love with the fabric color, I don't reach for it enough, but every time I do, I put it on and I just go, oh, there's something about it I just love to wear once it's on. It feels very comfortable. This is the Ellis and Hattie dress by Merchant and Mills. It's quite a high neck and it's got really lovely, stylish darts in the neck and then again in the body. The fit is very boxy, so it's not for everyone, but I love a boxy fit. It has short sleeves. I have fiddled around with the sleeves. The Merchant and Mills straight sleeve is way too tight for me, so I have to play with the pattern pieces, splay them out a little bit and widen the sleeve so it fits me nicely. And then it's just a gathered skirt for the rest of the dress. Very, very comfortable, but I love that the top piece comes a little bit higher than a lot of these style of dresses, and I find it a little bit more stylish because of those darts that are in the top. So the Merchant and Mills Ellis and Hattie dress. There's a couple of different versions, that's why it's got two names. One is with sleeves and inseam pockets, and the other one is sleeveless with patch pockets. Well, as with any dresses, you can do a blouse version or a dress version. And a viewer actually recently reminded me of how fabulous this pattern is. This is the Alice dress or blouse by Tessuti Patterns. This is one of my versions in a blouse. It's just a really breezy, comfortable dress. You could style it up, but I think it's mainly a casual dress. I would say, unless you're going to layer it, which I have done, it's more of a summer dress. So it comes up nice and high at the back, which I like, a bit of a medium length or rise at the front, gathers under the bust, and you can either have this little cap sleeve or no sleeve at all, and then it's just gathered with loads of room when you gather it. It's a lovely make because it includes beautiful finishes like a lined bodice, and there's no extra fixtures like buttons or zippers, and yet it's a really nice, stylish and easy to wear dress or blouse. This is another version I've made. This is without sleeves. Again, you can see it's lined in the bodice, and I extended this one to make it into a maxi, but I do love this fabric. But this is a really lovely make. It's not hard. It is an extra step with the lining, but as I said, no buttons, no zippers, and you could play around with it and do lots of different versions. My last pattern and my last dress is one that I played around with this year and had great success with. This is the Imbi dress by Kame Apparel. Kame Apparel has all sorts of boho dress patterns. You might have heard of the tablecloth top, and they also sell fabric as well. This one back here was my first, just made out of some vintage fabric that I got in an op shop, and I was just surprised by how much I loved it. It's very comfortable to wear. I changed it a little bit. It actually has a couple of tiers in the skirt, and I just wanted the one tier because I feel like there's enough drama at the top with these huge sleeves. I also really like that these sleeves come down over the shoulder and then they puff out. A little bit different and a little bit statement. We've got a high neck with a ruffle, but then we've got quite a deep V. I have brought the V up quite a lot because that makes it viable for work. I felt it was just too low for me. And then it's got really great inseam pockets and a gathered skirt. And as I said with the skirt, I took off a tier, but I extended quite a lot the skirt part that I did include. I think I extended it by something like 34 centimeters. I know that's a random number, but that's what I went with. I have two versions. This second version, I'm a little bit in love with. It just feels beautiful to wear, and I feel lovely when I wear it. It's in this lovely cotton linen gingham by Merchant and Mills. They are my top 10 favorite patterns of all time. It may change over time, but they are my top 10 at the moment. They're patterns that I reach for. I mostly enjoyed making, some more than others, but I love the garments I've created with the patterns, and I reach for them and really enjoy wearing them. Please let me know, have you made any of these patterns? Are they a win for you? And do you have any other patterns that are your tried and true, or in your top 10 of all time that you think should go on my list? Wherever you are in the world or whatever you're up to, I really hope you're enjoying your creativity and you're enjoying what you make. Thanks again for joining me. Give me a like if you enjoy my content, and I look forward to hearing from you and seeing you next time. Bye for now, everyone.